Sounds good.
All right, everybody. Here we go. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the new podcast. Travis and I have just both quit Triple Drain. I'm totally fucking with everybody. We have not quit Triple Drain. What we're doing here is we've talked a little bit, and I mean, me personally, I've always wanted to do kind of a tournament pinball podcast, and Travis, I asked Travis, and he said okay, so he wanted to be on the first episode, and he's going to help me out here. But I appreciate everybody joining us.
I begged to be on the first episode, Tom. Begged.
It's true. It's true. Others have begged too, but
I beg better. That's what it is.
It is an addiction. It is definitely an addiction. I've been on the tournament travel waves lately.
I noticed that. There's a lot of Tom Graff around there.
Yeah.
And you're not just streaming all the time. You're actually going to tournaments without streaming.
I know. It's kind of nice, actually. Yeah.
Now, I guess the question is, though, if you were on, well, you were at Clepen, right? Recently?
Yes. Did
you move the rig at all? Did you touch the rig?
I did not touch a rig. I did get in the announcer's booth for, I think it was quarterfinals or semifinals with Raymond for classics. We were watching Greg Kennedy just destroy Scorpion. Like,
oh yeah, literally... he got like 3 million. Rolled it a couple times.
Yeah,
he's a great player.
Yeah, John C. Thanks for the resub, by the way. But yeah, I mean, Cleveland.
You get subs on here.
We do.
I'm not used to that. I forgot.
What do you
we're
mean?
On Twitch.
You're a Twitch partner.
I forgot. Okay, we're on Twitch. Okay, but no. Okay, before you go on, I don't mean to cut you off, Tom.
No.
To the chat, thank you guys so much for being here. And I know Tom is humble as shit. He won't say this at all, but I thank him like extensively for his tireless work, bringing pinball to the community, doing tournaments and stuff like that. So This is a show. This is Tom's show. Like, I want to be crystal clear. This is Tom's thing. I just happen to be on the first episode. But if there's any tournament players out there that are interested in being on this, please contact Tom and let him know. I think you can have up to 6 guests on here or something crazy.
I think, Twitch, 5 or 6 guests. Yeah. That's pretty cool, honestly. But, yeah, I mean, I'd love to have other people on and just discuss tournaments, and, it'd be awesome right now to have Neil McRae on because UK Open's coming up next weekend. And if we could somehow get that to work out, I definitely would. But, granted, with it being a week away, that might not be possible. So, but, Neil's a good friend too. And, I'm actually going to the UK Open, which I'm super excited about. And I know you went last year.
Yeah, I'm a little salty. I don't get to go this year, but it is what it is. I think I'm pretty much retired from tournament pinball at this point. I found out tonight, I've only played in 1 pro circuit event all year.
I didn't
even realize that till now. In disc. I didn't even realize that till I was like on Ray's Discord, and then I figured it out. I opened my mouth and I was like, "Oh shit!"
The strange thing is, you're probably still ahead of me in the circuit rankings.
I mean, the numbers don't matter, Tom. Come on, you know that.
It's all right as long as Neil can bring it home. I'm not worried.
Yeah, I mean, well, see, that's the thing. You have a fallback, right? You have a kid that's going to kick ass anyway, so you get to like still travel around. I don't have that. I'm going to keep getting older, and my skills are going to start rapidly deteriorating very quickly. So I'm prepared for that.
You'll be fine.
I'll try hard.
Your kids are going to catch up, though.
No, never.
You're not going to let that happen. I never thought Neil.
That's what it is.
I thought Neil would probably get better than me, but not to the extent that he has.
He got good quick. Because I
Yeah.
mean, it was just what, like 2019. I remember Free Play Florida. He was in B division there, and he was like super young.
Yeah.
And then he just like rapidly, yeah. I mean, that's what happens.
Yeah, I
They,
think the next time we went back, he then won classics.
that's true.
Yeah.
I remember that Swords of Fury. That was fun.
The
I was
endless
so glad he
Swords of
picked
Fury.
that game too. He picked it, right?
Yeah, 1 a.m. That was great.
I was happy because then I just got 2 more beers and I just stood
Well,
there
I was gonna
watching it.
say I was drinking one of these.
Okay, yeah, I remember. I
But
remember.
yeah, it's something else. I mean, and everybody like asked me like, Tom, how did you get Neil to play? And I'm just like, he just wanted to. I mean, he honestly just wanted to play. I kind of tried to force it in the beginning. I was like, hey, Neil, you want to go to this tournament or you want to participate in that? And he just wasn't really interested. So I didn't push him, you know. And then finally I just, he just started coming to me and was like, hey, Dad, can I go with? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So, but, I never wanted to push any of my kids in anything, they didn't want to do. Maybe at least try something. Like, okay, at least you tried it. Now you don't like it. That's cool. But
So you have a great outlook on it. You're thinking that way. I go to tournaments. I'm just trying to figure out where the closest bar is, or like where's the alcohol being served at this point. So I like your outlook, though. You're doing good. Doing good, Tom.
beer's
So
good.
so Clepen, I totally
Yes.
interrupted you earlier.
No,
So
that's all
Clepen,
right.
you went there. How did that go? Enjoyable?
Yeah, yes. I mean, Clepen's always been fun. I mean, now granted, maybe the payouts aren't the best, but it's always a fun tournament to attend. It is well run. I was really happy with just hanging out with some people, especially Ray Day. I was hanging out with Raymond for most of the weekend, and we had a good time. But yeah, I mean the card, they switched to a card format, which I don't know if it kind of made the main a little bit less attractive to players. So, and I kind of wanted to talk about that because it seems like a lot of tournaments now are kind of pushing towards the card format.
Yeah, there's a lot. And I'd be curious too, just besides ourselves, like chat, what do you guys think, or gals, whoever's out there, what do you think about card formats in general? Like, I know from Indisc, obviously it's great,
Right.
but ever since IFBA gave a buff to card formats, right? If I'm remembering this timeline correctly.
And if you remember, I was kind of a part of that conversation.
You were the whole thing. It was your idea. Like,
it was not my idea. It was not my idea. Josh mentioned it to idea. No, Josh mentioned it to us. And because we're in a group chat with Triple Dream with Josh, and we discuss some things from time to time. And somehow card got brought up. And Josh, when I went to my first card format, which was like Indus 2019, I think that's around the time we kind of first met.
It was either that or 2020, which that's a whole nother
2020.
Story.
That's right.
Card. Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
But anyways, so so he said to me, we were outside eating, and he basically, I said, man, this is tough. Like, it is hard to string together 5 games, 5 good games. And he said, yeah, this really separates the men from the boys. And that just kind of stuck in my head. Well, like a day later, or the next day, I ended up qualifying for the playoffs. So you feel really good, obviously, when you make playoffs at such a big event like that.
Of course.
But then, we got talking, and I literally said that to Josh. I said, you said to me a while back, this separates the men from the boys. And, we started talking, and then that sort of stirred the whole card switching to making card more valuable for IFBA tournaments. But now it seems like, you know, everybody gets Whopper hungry, and now card is starting to become more and more popular. And I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, but
no. So my take on it is honestly, I enjoy card if it's at a major event. Like if you have that, perfectly fine.
right.
But seeing at so many different events, for me personally, like I don't enjoy the format unless it's just at a major. For whatever reason, other formats, I just want to go chill out. I want to play my pump and dump. I want to, like I said, just go like hang out at the pool or go do something else and then come back. Like, you know, it just, I don't know. There's just, it's fun, right? In certain aspects of it, because you get the heart rate up, you get the blood pressure going. You have to convert that last game. You don't want to fuck it up, but inevitably you will fuck it up. And then I mean, unless you're Jason Zoller or Escher Lefkoff or something like that, then it's like you're just a Terminator. Right. You're going to put up 5 billion every game no matter what. But yeah.
Right.
So.
Well, I'm looking at the chat here because they're getting a little restless. So, especially Top Rope Pinball, Robert Byers.
Byers, you better settle down over there.
He said tournament players don't like card all the time, which we agree with. You know, yeah. And he said that he'd like to see a modified best 4 out of 5 or 5-6 would be fun. So yeah, I agree with that. I mean, kind of changing it up, but you know, I don't want to see the pump and dump necessarily go away, and I don't necessarily want to see it become, hey, classics is pump and dump, because I just saw that at Cleepin and I just saw that at Papa. So, you know, at Cleepin it seemed like more people were interested in the pump and dump.
Right.
And
I wonder, do you think attendance suffered because it was card and not pump and dump?
Not necessarily, because they actually had like a bunch of match play tournaments going on at the same time, which a lot of people were attending those too. So you kind of had you just had a bunch of options that weekend, where before it was just really just the main and classics. That was really your only options. Unless you were a women's player and you played in the women's tournament, but they also had a women's tournament, you know, that weekend too. So there was a lot of options given to players that weekend. And me personally, I kind of just stuck to the main, and then I played in one of the match play tournaments, which was a progressive knockout. So it's just kind of one of those things. It's like, you know, I don't know. I do like the card format, but like you were saying, Travis, I just think, you know, maybe it just needs to be for these bigger events.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think. But I think also, I wish there could be a twist to it. Like you get a mulligan or something.
Yeah.
I remember, and this isn't my idea. I'm sure somebody's in the chat that had this idea, but I heard about this, to where imagine if you are going to buy a card and at the very beginning of it, you buy a mulligan right there. It could be like half the price of the card, whatever. So if you mess up a game, you get to switch it out.
I like that idea.
I would be curious about that. I'd be very curious about that, to see how much that could pump up the pot, and probably, you know, make that would
I would
be
make it. I would
'cause-
make it more. I'd make it like if the card's like $20, like, okay, you can have an extra game, but it's going to cost you $25.
Yeah, probably. I like Ray Day. Buyers guy, it is so hard to talk to each other and read the chat. I promise you, it is so difficult.
There is a lot of people chatting right now.
The chat is feisty right now. All right, chat, you've got our undivided attention for at least 18 seconds. Make the most of it. Go.
Okay.
They're like, okay, all right. There's Frisco. Okay, hi, Hottie. How are you doing? Joel, no. Planet, no. Joel free zone. Joel free zone.
We'll get to Joel in a minute.
Actually,
we'll get to Joel in a minute.
Should watch his Avatar game.
We're gonna watch some Joel.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Boys to men, let's discuss.
plan. Hold on. We still are in triple drain. Actually, we're recording tomorrow. Like we said in the beginning of the podcast, I wanted to focus more on tournament stuff.
I do like what Kiwi just said, though. Joel who. Thank you, Kiwi. Thank you. Tom matters, too. Tom matters also.
Yeah. Do you
All right,
think Joel lets me talk on triple drain? I mean, honestly, do you think he lets me talk?
The Tom Talks has to be put in after the episode. It's really just Tom and I. That's really what it is. Okay, so buyers came up with the price for the game redo. Okay, I think that's an excellent idea, to be honest. I really do. I think that's really interesting.
Yeah. We're definitely giving credit to Robert Byers for that.
Yes, remember that.
Yes.
If that idea gets approved,
yes.
It's Robert Byers' idea. And when you guys all hate it, remember, it was Robert Byers' idea.
So I'll read some chat here, specifically about the Clee pin. So let's see. So Sterling's dad, side tournaments at Clee pin were super popular. I totally agree.
Now, didn't Sterling annihilate some side tournaments? Right?
Sterling was a beast. He was literally a beast there. So he won 2 of the 3 side tournaments. I heard he was not allowed to play. I don't know if Sterling's dad, like, you're not playing at the kids tournament. It's probably a good idea.
Well, yeah, it's probably, That's,
he's even though he's a kid,
that?
He's not kid level. Let's put it that way. Oh my God. Right?
Those poor children.
I played against Sterling, both my rounds in the playoffs, and yeah, he's an absolute beast. I mean, he was destroying games. And my hat's off to him. I think he finished like 5th in the tournament, 5th or 6th. But just phenomenal. Killed.
Yeah, that's the first time I got to actually watch him play, just on stream, getting to watch a few games. And yeah, he's got a lot of skill.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be, one of the big ones in the future. For sure, if he isn't already, kind of thing. Side tournaments at Clepen were awesome. With card format, it gives you a lot more time to do other things. Maybe this is the new meta. So yeah, I mean, Raymond makes a good point. You do have a lot more time if you can complete your card. I mean, that was the one thing I noticed. Well,
maybe Raymond gets more time.
Well, that's true, but. I put a good card in, and like it was like I was safe. There was no. I mean, yes, possibly I could have. I did get knocked down a bit, but like the last day, I didn't even move from my spot. I was like locked in at 9th.
Yeah, that's true. That does happen.
Yeah. So, but with a pump and dump. Like you could put a big score up and then all of a sudden you're still like falling down. And it's more of a grind.
Well, and not only that, I feel like you jockey for position a lot more than pump and dump because you feel like you actually have control, a lot more control because you have that one game that you can just grind on. Eventually you'll break through. It's just that Vegas high roller mentality. You're going to do it. And then sometimes you're like me and you play Grand Prix 28 times in a row until it finally happens. But eventually it happens. That's the idea, right? We can all find a nut eventually. So
yeah, and that's part of the reason that I like pump and dump. I am okay, decent at match play, but suck at pump and dump. No clue why. Yeah, I mean, I think
you got to pump more. Albert, that's what it is.
There you go.
It's all in the pump.
I mean, it definitely game setup plays. So when I was at the Beast, man, that was tough. I mean, the Beast earned its name. I kind of went up to Jeff and was like, hey, a lot of people are complaining the tilts are too tight. And he goes, well, this isn't the kitten. and I thought that was hilarious, but he's right. I mean, I think for a pump and dump. I think you do have to make the games a little bit tougher. Maybe they were too tough in some regards, but I mean, definitely, some of the games were very, very tilty to where, like, I heard Escher tilted in big game with the ball and the pop bumpers. Like, you don't expect that to happen. Maybe that should have been adjusted. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What are your thoughts, Travis?
Well, first off, Ray Day, I will see you again at Expo after that roast.
Oh,
Second off, yeah, no, I agree. It's such a fine line when it gets to just game setups in general.
yeah,
We talked about this before, and I understand why game setups are set up super hard and everything. I get it. At the same time, I lean on the side of I would rather the games be playable. Like I want to see players do cool things, and I don't feel like it backs up the line that much in general because if you're that one great player and you get the blow up score, you're going to go to other games anyways. You're not just going to stick around.
true.
But I don't know. Like I get it from both ways. I think that there's a fine line between it. Maybe like obviously having no ball save at all. Like that's cool. That totally understandable with that. But I would like to be able to still make at least one big move. And it drives me nuts when the games are set up hard, physically set up hard, but then they make the software hard as well.
Yeah,
Like I don't want to have to chop wood on the prison doors and hit it a million times.
true.
Sorry, my
That,
AC is going
I
nuts
was
here.
going to say that's Travis's AC.
Hey, I
This
got
is
kids
what
that
we
gotta
deal
sleep.
with in triple drain. This is what Joel has to deal with.
True. But yeah, that's just my thing though. That's my thought on it. I would rather the software be left alone. Then the game can be set up tough. Like no ball save, out lanes open, no rubbers, whatever you want to do.
Sure.
But then let the players play. See,
Yeah.
because let them progress through the game. That's what I want to see.
Mr. Nervtastic said Andy's pop-up mentality in Chad at Delaware Pinball Collective recently, he thought their setups were perfect, either no ball save or ball save, but wax to hell. But the games were, I don't know, I can't speak for Delaware, but at Papa, the games were set up, I thought, pretty fair. Maybe the solid states in the main bank were maybe a little tilty, but I mean I thought it was fine. I didn't have an issue with any of the game setups there. I was like extremely nervous because when I went to the pinball super social, I thought maybe the games were set up a little too easy, but but I think Andy learned from that as well. And then, the Papa crew coming in or IFPA coming in and, setting up games too.
It happens. Like,
Of
yeah,
course,
and
of course.
a TD's job is so difficult to get
It's
the timing
extremely
right.
difficult.
But have you ever heard somebody like, of course, if it goes to like 2 or 3 a.m., we all will complain. We'll be like, oh yeah, this, we're all old. We're not like Dalton and super young. We can't handle it. Like, that's how it works. But at the same time, I would rather at least know I got to play than
Yeah.
just walk up and I feel like I can't move a machine and it's just like there's
good-
no skill involved. Yeah, at that point.
Right.
But
right.
there's another aspect to this.
Okay.
There's another aspect to this because there is skill involved in it, and I completely believe that if you bastardize a game so bad, right?
Yeah.
You're making it to where the skill gap is even larger. Like your elite players
Are gonna
will
dominate.
they'll still play elite. It may not mean that they put up a billion, but
Right.
maybe playing elite on like Avengers could be 150 million. And meanwhile, us mere mortals are like, oh, we might have a super skilled shot. We ended with 18 million.
I put up
Like
50 million.
yeah.
It's right now 15th,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So like it's the times that you see like Rush Pinball, right? Like if for whatever reason, every TD wants to do something weird to Rush. And then you
True.
look and you're like, oh, the top score is 105 million after like 100 plays.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem fun to me.
But at Papa, I felt like it was fair. I mean, I didn't, you know, like that was
Puzzle
actually
was
one of my,
fun.
that was one of my go-to games. I was just like, this is going to be a part of my card. And, I always like play it well? No, but I mean, it is what it is, but yeah, like you're saying, I don't think you have to completely if you're bastardizing a game to the extent like it is just unplayable, it shouldn't be in a tournament.
Right.
There,
I fully agree.
yeah,
I fully agree.
yeah.
100%. Well, there's the chat brings up a great point. Chris does. Led Zeppelin enters the chat. I will say this right now. If anybody takes out the right outlane post again on Led Zeppelin, like I'm going to give them a yellow card. I'm going to give that TD a red card, maybe. Like, let's stop doing that, please.
Yeah,
Please, I beg
I
him.
don't, Led Zeppelin plays tough as it is. In most cases.
Yeah, yeah. Well, except if you play Jared August at Expo,
Oh,
then
okay.
apparently it's
You
super
know,
easy.
but again, you can't put these people that are in the top 10 players in the world and then separate the rest of the field from them because they're still going to destroy the game.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. What about Quicksilver? Oh, is that the Quicksilver at the Beast? Was that the one to where I felt like I was going to tilt that, and I was in St. Louis?
So
Is that the one?
I didn't play classics, but yeah, I heard it was the tilts were extremely tough. And I mean, I have to say, I know the TDs had worked on, so there were a few TDs working on the main games, and then there was one kind of left to classics. And my understanding was that person didn't do what they were supposed to be doing. And then at kind of the 0 hour, they were like, these games are too easy. So then they started messing with the tilts at the Beast for classics. And I think that's when it got awry. So
Okay.
I think part of that was just because it was like 0 hour and it's like, shit, what do we do? We thought this
Yeah.
was being handled and it's not. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
It's such a fine line too. It's one of those things that I think if we as players know what the event represents. So for instance, Yegpin, right?
yep.
Everybody knows Derek is going to be a fucking lunatic with the setups. Like you know what you're bought into,
You know what you're
right?
getting into, and if you don't,
Right.
you're in trouble.
Right, exactly. So you can respect that because you know, and so the people will go that want to play in that. Like we have a few friends like Luke Nohorniak, for whatever reason, he loves that.
Yeah.
If you would put a game on stilts, he would think it's the greatest thing ever. Let me tell you. But yeah, so maybe the Beast could be like that. Like obviously maybe it was too much, maybe you draw it back a little bit, but I
Right.
think it's okay for because like Expo, everybody knows what they're getting into when they go there. It's
Right.
default setups. You know you're in trouble. You're there for a very long time. So
Right.
I get it. You know, there's certain aspects to it, and I think there's just a fine line that's at the very least be consistent with what you're doing, and I think people will still respond and still go.
Yeah, that's true. And like Robert just said, top rope pinball, you know, the classics are made for nudging. And I agree with that 100%. I mean, you should be able to at least make at least subtle moves on a classic game. I mean, because those games are meant to drain you fast and get your quarters. And they're not like these modern games to the side of me where there's ramps that go to flippers or balls that go to flippers from the ramps, you know. So
Now,
but
somebody pointed out, and you were here for this one, Tom.
yeah,
Arcade Hunter said that Free Play Florida had a lot of games on 2x4s.
that is correct.
Really?
Yeah, I remember the Iron Maiden was probably one of the hardest Iron Maidens I've ever played in my life because
Now, could you get it up the center ramp?
you could. The strange thing was I think I had trouble on the right ramp. I think it was. Like it was
Well, that right ramp's tough to hit. To
yeah,
begin with. Are you
but
saying like you just got to the top and it just came back down?
yep.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like, okay,
Fun.
on the fly, let's kind of figure out how to play this with the setup. And it was like avoid the ramp. You know, nobody was going, oh, maybe Jason Zoller got the cyborg, but like normally, like when I'm playing Iron Maiden, I'm thinking like, okay, one of my objectives is to get the cyborg. And yeah, that was not the case. Oh yeah, the Rush pissed me off. Yes, the Rush Arcade Hunters, you were correct. That one was tough because they set the multi-ball start on the time machine to like hard. So I think it was like 10 hits just to start the first multi-ball. Yeah, it was.
Why? Why would you do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's pumping dump. They want you to keep pumping.
Well, I mean, again, I fully like anything we say, we fully respect what the TDs do because obviously volunteering their time and all that.
But, yeah, I mean, we're not trying to single out any event or anything like that.
Right, but we do have to call out batshit crazy decisions.
Right,
just as the player base be like, why do that? Like, yeah, when it comes to Rush, I've never understood that because I played in several tournaments, right, in which the time machine was made more difficult, and I'm just like, great, now I get to shoot up the middle 8 times instead of 4 or 5. Like, fantastic.
And with it being steep, it's a tougher shot too. I mean, tougher to get it out. It was a narrow ramp, you know, I mean.
Yeah, I think I just, you know, and we're kind of repeating ourselves at this point, but I would just be for just no ball saves, open up the out lanes, keep the software on default.
Yeah.
Let it rip then. Good enough for me.
Yep. Well, that's enough of crapping on TDs.
Some are really good. They're all still good. It's still fun.
I mean,
we've all done that. We've all done our idiot setups. If we've TD'd something, I've done it. Done it plenty of times. I get complaints at my own house. Monica, my wife, my God. If I don't have a 15-second ball save on, it's like she wants to file for a divorce. I'm like, settle down. It's fine.
I get complaints at League, you know, but I'm like, that's just how I set up my games. So you
can't please everybody.
That is true. And that is a true thing. I mean, you know, you're not gonna please everybody, I should say. You're gonna always please the winner. The winner never complains.
That's true. Yeah, the winner's like, it's the greatest
Isn't this
event
a great
ever.
tournament?
Fantastic.
Yeah, fuck you.
You know, how many times I've heard people say, like, I'm never coming back to this again. And then they get out to the parking lot. They're like, you know, I'm calmed down. It's fine. I'll probably come back.
So John C is saying he's thinking about going to Pinball at the Beach at St. Pete's, Florida. That's the one in February.
Oh, yeah. Any insight? Yes. Lots of insight, actually.
That's a match play. I'm thinking about it. I talked to the wife, you know, it's obviously convincing to tell your wife, like, hey, we could go to Florida in February and I can play pinball and you can sit on the beach or do whatever you want in like 70 to 80 degree weather. Yeah, who's going to turn that down?
Yeah, I know I'm going to do everything in my power to go. I've already got plans to go. And the only thing that would stop me from going is if it sells out and I'm not able to get in. So I think it's October 11th when tickets go up. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I know they have a website. It's like, let me find it real quick. I think it's like pinballatthebeach.com or something like that.
Something like that.
At least I hope so. I hope that doesn't take somebody to just a weird ass website. Yeah, pinballatthebeach.com. Totally safe. Don't worry. You won't get banned from anything. But yes, it's a show being held, inaugural show, February 7th to 9th at the Tradewinds.
Arcade Hunter says he already has his entry and hotel room, but I think that's for that must be just for the main.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's not cheap.
It's like $250 a night or something like that.
It's something like that. But I mean, again, it's a beach. You know, like if I'm in St. Louis, I can't go hang out at beach resort.
You get a free beer or anything with that, or what?
I mean, if you make enough friends, I guess maybe. But they have cabanas. Like, why would you not want to go?
That's true. So Game Time Television is saying, Tom or Travis, any advice for someone who got a strike in a tournament for not hitting the middle shot on Bond over 2 entire balls?
Ooh, ooh. What would your advice be?
So the middle, I'm assuming the middle shot is the lock shot.
Bird one. I think. Oh, I assume we're talking about James Bond with 007 and not the 60th. So
Yeah, I'm assuming
that
so
would be my
too.
guess. Yep.
I would just honestly play modes. Like just start the modes on the side and play like Goldfinger or Largo or something like that and try to get a multiplier going because you can get a lot of points just doing that. Now, obviously, you're not safe because you're not multi-ball, but at least you're getting some points.
True. I'd probably if I knew I was missing a shot a lot, I would just start talking shit to everybody else that's in my group. Just be like, yeah, I plan on missing that. Don't worry about it. I got a ball three. It's fine. Maybe you might convince them of that. I don't know.
Arcade Turner said Spooky also announced that they're going to have their new game with Christopher Frenchy artwork. Will be at the show in February. Okay, so that's cool. So I did see that they were going to be there. I think George Gomez was going to be there. So that's interesting.
There's a lot. I know we're kind of getting off right here, off topic, but yeah, it's Franchi, Gomez, John Borg, Mark Ritchie, Steve Ritchie, Scott Denisi. And then it even says we're not done with the list of legends. More to be announced. Stay tuned.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I see Carlos in the chat. Los, you better go down there. I swear. Like, what are we even doing if there's nobody on the beach doing rip skis? It's not a true pinball tournament at that point, I guess, right?
That's right. Hey, I made a new, not to interrupt you, but I made a new emote for the subscribers.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Can anybody find it? I want to see if somebody puts it in there.
Did you say a new remote or a new emote?
Emote, sorry.
Emote.
I might have slurred my words for my beer.
Don't worry, I can't say words at all. It's fine. I've already mispronounced like 13 of them.
Ooh, Los is in the chat.
Which one's it supposed to be? I don't know.
It's the old man drain. There it is. Ray Day got it, and then Maddie F.
Wait, no. Do you go
to? I heard that so much at Papa that I'm like, you know what? I'm making an old man drains.
Yeah. It happens. That's what we need, an old man drain. Wow. Are you truly a tournament player until you do that? Like, yeah.
How many? Yeah. Like, I think it's so many times where I've just screwed up and just been like I'll have a ball like hit my flipper and like I'm expecting it to dead bounce and it just fucking dies and drains.
Yeah. It happens. Okay. Somebody asked, what is the young kid drain? It's when they get tapped out and they don't have to flip anymore and they walk away. That's a young kid drain.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Or they're just like, I'm good. And they walk away. They just tap themselves out.
Yeah.
You're not catching me, old man.
Okay. The best young kid story I have, somebody I had to play against, and I alluded to this earlier. I had to play Jared August 2022 Expo.
Okay.
And by this time, I'm already gassed out. I had to play a bunch of young kids. I was just, getting lucky at that point. And Jared's like, let's play Avengers. And I'm like, yeah, let's play AIQ. That's awesome. I might have a shot here. 15 minutes later, he's over $1 billion and it's still his ball one. So I'm sitting there and I'm debating whether I'm going to tap out or not, and at what point do I want to tap out? Because I'm like, do I want to try to chase this down or not? So I'm talking to Escher. Escher's like, yeah, you might want to tap out. I'm like, yeah, I agree. So I go tap him. All right. And after that, I say, let's go to Led Zeppelin. So we go to Led Zeppelin.
And he's like, okay.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, this is great. I'm like, okay, fantastic. And he's player one. He starts playing. Tom, it's fucking 25 minutes later. I haven't even played a ball yet.
That sounds like Jared on a stern.
He has like 600 million. And I added it up. I literally went I was down 1-0 and I hadn't played a ball in
He had
45
600. How many
minutes.
times have you had 600 million on Led Zeppelin? Like maybe like 3 times?
I mean, there's a few times I was respectable. I still got over 500. Like I
Oh,
know how to
okay.
play the
Okay.
game,
That's no, of
but
course. Of course.
at the same time, I'm also old and tired and cranky at that point, and I'm just like,
Your knees are hurting.
everything's hurting. Like I won't say my ego was hurt. I was just like, this is just laughable. What am I doing here? Like, let me just go get, my red nose and just put on my face paint
You were
at this point.
looking for the bar at that point.
Well, I think you were streaming, and I think you had asked about coming over to the game,
No,
and I was
you
just
were
like,
no.
stop it. We're not doing this. It's fantastic. What a great tournament. It was awesome. Don't take these guys, Dr. Curley. I had to. It's a tournament. Like if I could, I would have took Jared out to the parking lot for a foot race, but that's not legal in pinball tournaments. So I had no idea.
Yeah, if
Just is
you're
what it is.
playing one of the kids, like you're in for trouble. Like it's depending on the games, of course, but I mean, you're in for a battle.
Dude,
And you're
it's
probably
tough.
going to be on the losing end of that battle.
Well, that's what makes Stern Pro Circuit finals so difficult too. Because now that they don't have the Stern Electronics games, right? It's like it's all the
Just
new
rip
unboxing. You've
shot.
already, yeah. It's like what are we gonna do here? So I'm just complaining now. It's fine. There's going to be an over 35 division eventually. I know it's coming.
I think they need to up that because Raymond's getting close to that, isn't he?
Might
He's like 30.
Might be Joe. So he'll beat you in a foot race too. Okay, power walk. Power walk. There's something. I might be old, but I still have some of my speed. Maybe I'll probably pull a hamstring right out the gate. Let's be honest. It's not going to be good.
I'll race Usher. I'll do it.
If it was down to it, I think a relay team with you, me. I'm not going to say Raymond. Raymond scares me on the back leg there. Maybe we need somebody tall, like somebody super tall, like either like Andy Bagwell might be able to do it with his long
I
legs.
think Andy Bagwell would be a sav. Like he would be all in for it. He'd have the headband on and everything.
He would actually run. Let's see. And then who else is older that can actually maybe run?
Who's your boy at the pinball company? The real tall
Preston
guy.
Preston Curry could.
Preston Curry could.
He could run. He's fine.
We're putting him. The kids put him ahead of Kaylee during Papa. So
yeah. Raymond, just because I can't currently eat Taco Bell, because I'm currently eating Taco Bell. Of course.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Mike Castleman?
So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. We need to get
Bill Mason.
Bill Mason. Yes.
If we were in a bench press contest, I'm tapping in Bill Mason.
Bill Mason
100%.
is very fit. We definitely need him.
Yeah. Okay. So we got our team. The young kids are screwed. They cannot keep up with us. Like if this turns into a CrossFit competition, we're fine. It's good. It's all good.
Nick Kennedy, I could see that.
Not Weinberg.
Oh, I mean Weinberg. If it's like if we're doing like bench press, like I'm asking Mike to be on my team.
Shit, like, Tom. I think we can't even compete now, even with the old people. God,
maybe I wonder if Geigel's fast. I'll have to ask him. Geigel could be fast. He was a Marine.
You know who I've always wondered if they can actually run fast?
Who's that?
But
Joel?
They'll either he takes a golf cart everywhere. No. So either he's going to be super, super fast, or it's going to be the most hilarious thing ever. I really wonder if Los can actually run fast. Like, I
mean, if there's Ripskis at the end of the line, I mean, shit. I think he'd beat anybody.
You think so?
I know so. I saw the guy just smell one and like he took off. Like he fucking disappeared. I am not kidding you. At Amazing Race, like I'm like, well shit, where'd he go?
Yeah.
Jack Nebraska looks like an athlete. Yep. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Greg plays baseball too. Yeah. So there you go.
All right. Yeah,
right,
but
so
then we
what do we
get
got
like
next?
Neil and Gray. No, it's fine.
Here's the thing.
We
What
should.
do you want to talk about, Tom Graff?
I mean, not to change. I mean, we did talk. We said we were going to talk about players, and I mean, we know probably one of the best, if not the best, players in pinball, and that is Joel Engelberth.
Joel? What did he do? Oh, he had the Avatar.
He was
game,
playing
right?
some Avatar.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
some Avatar.
I think
he was calling our names out a lot yesterday. I heard about that. I was just minding my own business in a group chat, and he was all about it, wasn't he?
Well, we had a pretty good discussion going with Carl. But we'll maybe save that for Triple Drain.
So I'm curious though. Okay. So how, like Raymond pointed this out, he got like 800 million.
Yeah.
How? Was it just through the Eclipse?
Oh, are we going to show that part? Because like
we could show whatever part you want.
I just put on some random part. I just like watching Joel flail personally.
Oh, you want to be able to see. Okay, you just want to see Avatar gameplay, and us as a chat can talk about Avatar, and Joel just happens to be the one playing it. Like, because I'll give it up to Joel and Jared. This is the best stream.
Yeah, Weissno just said he can't wait. He can't wait to play. He can't wait to play Avatar tomorrow. They must be getting I assume at IO Bar in Madison. So if you're in Madison, definitely go down there and check it out. I know Lumberjack Johnny's in Appleton's going to have it. I believe they're getting theirs Saturday. So if you're local in Wisconsin. So yep, IO Bar. So definitely if you're in the Madison area and you're watching, go check that out, or Let's Getting one also. Cool. So but we got to watch some Joel, right? I mean,
another podcast without.
I mean, if there's anything that's fun, it's watching Joel play.
What, he just said my name, Tom. Oh, he's talking about this podcast.
Number one podcast of all time. Wow.
All that work to get an emote.
Thanks, Jared.
Look, I don't know what he's doing. It makes sense now. Yes.
So I'll be honest with you. This game, I don't think is going to be tournament ready.
They're sending this with every owner.
Does he have a chart up? Wait, pause it real quick. What does he have?
Now, all that.
What is he doing with that? Is that a flow chart? That's
the flow chart that comes with the game. It's an oversized flow chart. That's what Game Time Television just said.
And does it just say, like, get into multi-ball and play Eclipse? Like, what does it say exactly?
Well, I know at some point in the game there's like an Eclipse mode, right? And that's worth big points, and it's up that upper or the right ramp. There's a spinner on it. Mm-hmm. And you have to rip that spinner to get big points. Is that the meta kind of thing?
Okay, I'm trying to think, because I did watch their video is awesome, by the way, their debut video, very well done.
Yeah.
But is it, so I vaguely remember there was a spinner at the top of the right ramp, right? Is that what it was? And that's like an Eclipse spinner? Am I getting that right? Like a jump ramp or something like that?
Sure.
Up there, chat. Am I right? Am I wrong? Dr. Curley says the flow chart looks too small. Okay, it is. All right, cool. All right, so we can. Sorry, Tom, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. You can just Bagwell out.
Well, so there is a ginormous exploit in the game, and I don't know if the chat. Do you guys know what this exploit is?
Yeah, but I heard that's getting nerfed though.
Well, I hope so, but I don't want to ruin it.
Okay.
Just in case nobody.
Maybe we shouldn't say it. Maybe I've played in a tournament.
I mean, is there any Avatar launch parties going on this weekend? Like, that's going to be the strategy, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you know the strategy, I'd definitely do it. Does
All right, let's see
anybody
if anybody knows it. Does anybody know it?
spoil it for me?
I want to know.
Well, we'll say it. We want to see if somebody knows. Jackpot on the right.
Yeah, I would be
It's
curious.
not the Eclipse jackpot. That's not.
But that
that's
is
not
unbalanced, though. That is pretty
that is
nutty.
true. That is true.
I saw the ball keep bouncing forever on the lower playfield. That is
Yeah.
correct. Not the exploit, though. All right, Tom. We can go ahead. We can
All
go
right.
ahead and watch the gameplay. Let's
All
see
right.
if the chat catches up and they know.
Stuff, if
Okay.
you're a CE
I don't think
owner,
we're gonna
you can
see it
all
here,
that in the
though,
topper. Otherwise, you got a whole.
No, if they did that, I would retire from pinball.
You can see it with the incident.
If Joel was able to successfully do the exploit.
You can probably memorize that, where it's just like, oh, modes that I like that fire mode. Okay, let's talk about that.
Like, I
He
don't know.
better not bring out the
Like,
flow
to me,
chart
the
again.
pop bumper thing isn't that exciting.
He's bringing out the flow chart
So to
again.
hit to qualify Viper Wolves, all you have to do is hit the rainforest target and the Jake and the Teary target. That's it.
I'm sorry. This is the first time I've seen this. This part.
And Jake and Teary, which is that.
Hey, Rachel, how's it going?
You're gonna be qualified for that song mode.
Is
I
it
mean,
the
good
one
on
Carl
JJP for
did?
having the
Yes.
flow chart, though.
Yes, it does
It
have.
just cracks me up he's doing it.
We did get information from Carl on the
Of course
exploit.
you make that topper. Yeah.
That's
Joel
why
is
Joel
goated.
is goated. He's doing like a Neil Schatz. Wasn't it Neil Schatz a long time ago? Like stopped playing his game and whipped out like a rule set in front of himself.
Didn't Zoller do that at Papa?
Oh, Zoller is about to do that.
No, he
only
got
had
in
4 billion
trouble
on
for
Avengers.
that.
He only had 4 billion, Tom. He needed 5.
I think he pulled it out when he was at 2 billion, I heard.
Sweet, Tom. I have no idea.
So what is going on in the game right now? Like, I'm trying to follow, but Jared's score.
So he's in
isn't
some kind of
doing anything.
multi-ball.
Right, but his
Shoot
score's
left
going up by
target.
thousands.
Spider on the left.
Like, look at his score. It's literally just by thousands right now.
I'm assuming he's got to hit that right, or excuse me, left lower red shot.
Here, I'll add extra Eclipse for you.
Joel just circled it. You just heard screaming.
Ah,
Those are
I don't
millions.
know. I was getting like
Well, now it is. Before, it was just thousands coming.
whoever the announcer lady is. Like, I'm getting Black Panther vibes.
There's a lot going. No, I hope people don't
Like
understand.
I'm in Wakanda or
I'm
something.
liking
I-
this game.
do you
Yeah.
get that feeling?
Okay, it's
I do. What's
Okay.
Jared
there's a
about to
lot
say right
going
here?
on, but it makes you want to play it. It has good shots.
Okay. I mean, they seem to like it. That's cool. I mean, has anybody else in the chat been able to play this game yet?
Oh, it feels good. Like
what did
Like, you're going to play it this weekend, right, Tom?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna definitely try.
What do you mean you're going to try?
Well,
are you going to get to play it, or are
it's
you
coming.
saying you're...
It's coming in on Saturday, so I don't know if I'm gonna have time because I'm gonna be leaving Sunday.
You can keep it going.
Oh, yeah, you
And
got
it
to leave
looks like
for
the shots
England,
that
don't
would
you?
continue
Yep.
to help me. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
okay, I did not hit a Meltzer driver. Young Bucks. for
Game Time
life.
Television's
Gang,
dreaming
gang.
of Jake Sully every
There's your
night.
wrestling comment for
It's
Why
that.
gonna
not?
be one in Minneapolis this
Top
weekend.
rope Meltzer.
I mean, they're definitely coming
There we go.
out.
This is the fire mode. This is the one with really cool lights.
Alright,
Hoping
fire
it will
mode.
be at
Okay, what we
Houston
got?
Expo.
Viper Wolf?
The lights are
Holy
green.
shit. Viper Wolf.
Oh, hello.
Are they? Do they have 6 limbs?
Sam?
Count the limbs.
I didn't even know there was Viper Wolves.
Hit action button to retrieve errors.
Do they have 6 limbs?
I don't know. I'm just hearing the call out. I'm just listening to the call outs. Hit the action button to retrieve
Killing the
arrows.
business, baby. Killing the business. Anyway,
This is...
Like, I'm just.
I don't
I'm
know.
assuming
I
you
don't know,
shoot
Tom.
everything because
but I feel like a lot of
it was
the-
like I saw red, I saw purple, now they're blue.
Vibe.
Mystery.
What's going on?
Tilt warning.
Two remaining shots to attack Viper rules.
Okay, Joel even just said it. What is going on?
Oh yeah, gotta qualify.
Didn't he go to media day? He had this full game explained out to him. He's been playing it for over an hour at this
There's
point.
22 modes though.
We're involved in
It tends to play pretty easy.
Eclipse jackpot.
Hey Manu, how's it going? Even without any exploits. Okay. Good to see you, Manu. Yeah, in Manu, you were there at the media day.
Arrows replenished.
Jackpot is lit.
Yeah, it's so hard to tell like what is going on. But obviously, it's
Well, I mean,
just-
obviously,
you know,
we know he's in a mode, and I think everything is just lit, basically.
well, he's
But
got
there
a
is,
multi-ball
he's got
too,
multi-ball, but
Multi-ball.
Right.
okay, so he said nailed it. So there's like some target there that he just hit, and it was
so
red.
far left.
The far left.
Gotcha.
Need more arrows.
No.
He needs more arrows. You know, obviously.
Maybe it'll make
How do
more
you-
sense over the game.
How do you get arrows? I got Manu's chart. Thank you.
With a lot of points.
Top end of the playfield looks extremely complex. I mean, to me, you know, to me, there's that upper left. There's like a lot of shots going on in the upper left, and then you have, you know, your right kind of orbit. You have those targets we kind of laughed at. We thought they were kind of like Houdini targets, and the ball was gonna get stuck, but apparently
And I
not.
missed my Eclipse. Maybe some X-Men LE next week, dude.
And then
So
you have
here's
that
a good
like
question.
dive area next to the right ramp, but
228. Yeah, man.
Here's a
Like,
good question.
just hit
Are
that
we
like button.
ever going to
Just
see
smash
this
that like
at
button. Leave a
Indisc?
comment. Tell us what we're doing.
I
We saw Toy
mean,
Story.
This'll be like you guys
we
are back.
could.
We'll see
I don't
that
think
then.
we'll see it this in
Who's
disc.
the weird
Let's
guy
put
in
it
the
that
blue
way.
shirt?
These are the best.
Do you
people
think
that
Godfather
get second pound.
I
could
hope
be at
not.
Indisc?
I hope
I
not.
get it.
I bet
Where is he?
Wonka.
No one knows.
Has Wonka ever been there?
He's asleep.
He's
No.
asleep.
Greg's a morning person. True.
No, I'm sure ZMAC really would like Wonka there. Though.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah.
I
decided
do. I like
don't
like
put Wonka
Wonka.
in.
Find these
I do like
balls.
Wonka. I used to own one.
Okay, there are
Um,
definitely games. That
I can't
Zach
say,
loves
like, I-
tomorrow that I'm like, we stream at 1.
I don't really
we kinda
miss
look at
it,
each other
but
like,
it's like one of those games.
you know,
Like if
we're-
it's
we're
around,
gonna
like
be
yeah, I'm gonna
hard.
play
It's gonna
it.
be hard. I'm enjoying
And
this
and thanks everybody for the subs and everything. Appreciate it. Orbital Albert donated to the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline charity. We're doing that the entire month here. That was for Papa, and you know the fundraiser for that, and of course Lyman Sheets. And just on this channel alone, we've raised now $1,831, which is awesome. Totally
That is.
awesome.
That's fantastic.
Oh, say thanks for the bits. So
This is the most I've ever focused on Joel's gameplay. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's Joel. You can't bust him up too much.
So one thing I've noticed that's pretty interesting. It seems like at the bottom by the flippers, it's almost like it has, what is that, like a multi-ball progress inserts or something like that that's near the flippers? Is that what I'm seeing?
You mean the arrow things?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I
yeah,
no, I
something
think,
like that.
I think that's your
explore.
multiplier progress.
Well, I think no, above the flippers.
Oh, above the flippers. So the
Yeah, yeah,
little,
yeah.
like the white, the little, the one,
Yes.
the thing that's white
Yep.
there. Okay.
Yeah. The only thing I could think of that it'd be tied to.
That's me. Got a slap.
Slap.
Got a
That's
slap.
fascinating.
That one.
what he tells us, and we can't listen.
I thought it was interesting. Joel kind of noted that you can't see the entire mini playfield.
Oh, there it is.
Which one? Like
The
the, lower
crab one.
or the upper?
Like you
lower?
can't see the orbit or something like
You
that.
gotta hit the dive shot,
Oh,
but
the
then
one with the
upper
bad
right
guy
flipper
from
shot.
Moana. That
So
one.
to feed that,
Yeah.
feed the upper right
Yeah.
flipper to hit this
You can't
shot,
see him,
he
or
basically either needs to
The
hit
the,
What do you mean
the
you
crab
can't see him?
the crab
Or he
guy
needs to hit
this
the
this
button.
area
Yeah,
like
he's
you
got-
can't see the shot or whatever.
Oh, he's got red.
We'll
shots
have to
now.
ask Joel about it tomorrow, but I thought he was
Okay.
alluding to that.
Hard as rock.
Well,
So it's like-
the chat should
I see
know.
what's
There's
going on.
been
You
some
to
that
hit
have
the dive
played it
first,
before.
and then
Did anybody have trouble seeing that?
Yeah, did you have trouble seeing the lower?
Tell you right now, if this post right here
Hmm.
could give us points, Jared and I would be all over that high system. Shoot, any ramp there.
I mean,
That's
I've
good.
always said that. Like, if posts were a thing, I'd be the best pinball player ever.
Jake, right up the middle.
Max
Right up the
top
middle. Right up the middle. Nailed it. Look at him go.
Little Shop of Games is a
Okay, any
JJP
ramp?
distributor, and they
To
should be
complete the
getting
mode,
both because
any ramp?
IAPA show in November.
Any
Cool.
ramp. Any ramp.
Yeah, I'll be at
Oh,
IAPA.
you have to Jake target again. You're good. You're good. Jake,
Left center target.
a left
Shoot
center
the
target.
left
Jake,
center
Jake
target. So like these targets right here.
Oh, that would have been the ramp.
Maybe.
Okay. Nailed it.
Is lit.
Get on that. There you go. Hit that
All right, I
fat
want to
ramp.
say hi to the chat, but I don't have my
even think
glasses
with
on
ramp.
because I'm an old man. So I can try to pronounce this name, but I'm gonna totally mess it up. But I see you.
Dad, what did he
Hello back to you.
Oh, Dad.
We can hide it.
Any
Dad
average
made a
any
comment
average sized
about
player should be
himself.
able to see most of the crab.
made
I
a
was
Jake
concerned that
target
kids
and
won't
then
be
a
able to
ramp.
see
You
it
got it
without
right
a
here.
stool. Okay.
Nice.
Gotcha.
And then get it on the
Joel
left
goes
foot
into
right
John
there,
Madden.
Jake.
Yes, and Joel's
Oh, you
awesome.
had
Now
it, man.
I will say, and Tom, if you
Yeah,
could
we
pause
went
it
out to
just for
dinner
one
tonight,
sec,
Dad.
just
Yeah,
for
no
Joel's
problem.
sake here.
Not
You know, we definitely have. So Tom and I have been able to get approval from Josh Sharp himself that if Joel would play at Expo, we would be able to coach him during his game.
No, I was told
that what it is?
Josh would be able to.
Oh, Josh can
Josh
actually coach
would.
him. Is that what? Oh, that would be hilarious. See, I would pay for that.
Uh,
I would want to see that. I would just want to see how infuriated Josh would get. And how
It is
frustrated
totally
he would
effing
get.
illegal, but Josh can bend the rules because
Right.
Josh owns the rules, I guess.
He's the overlord. He can do it.
Josh would make Joel cry. I could just see Josh. Oh God. Oh man. There would be
could
a
only
lot of
imagine.
that.
Joel had the time of his life though at Expo last year. He was on the announce booth team. Like with,
Yeah,
I remember Eric
he kicked
Stone.
my
I think
butt.
even Byers.
He kicked my butt at like 1 a.m. on Elton John and Labyrinth.
Yeah,
So-
I lost to him on Labyrinth too, and he just
and he
Oh,
gloated
shit.
about it.
all
Yep.
time. It was like he was 1 in 28, but that one, I did not hear the end of it at all. And he did crush me. I'll give him that. It wasn't barely. He did well.
What are we thinking of Avatar? I mean, it's hard to say without playing it. But just from what I've seen, it's a game. No,
It's a pinball game.
it's a pinball game. It looks it might be challenging for like your casual player. Obviously there's a ton of modes, so it's going to be hard to like take in everything at first. Light show, fantastic. I mean, it's probably one of the better ones in pinball, to be honest. You know, the lower playfields, I'm not a huge fan of that stuff, I guess. So I'd have to play it to like really get into it, I guess, and see if I like it. I don't necessarily know if I like the pop bumper area. Like, I'm not sure why they just didn't like maybe make this into like a bigger lower playfield. And I think that might have been a cooler idea. And then like you could actually like make more shots around. Kind of like
Would
a haunted
be
house or a
mechanically
black hole.
would that be mechanically feasible though? You think?
Why
Because
wouldn't
you've
it
seen
be?
the undercarriage of it.
Oh, that's true. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of wires and crap underneath there. So,
I know. Imagine pinball machines having a lot of wires and crap.
yeah. Yeah. And
But
Jersey Jacks do not lack that stuff.
No, not at all. I don't know. So the layout, I don't know. I gotta play it. I'm still not sold on the layout, to be honest with you.
Same.
There's certain aspects of it that I'm seeing that I'm just kind of like, oh.
Yeah.
Like I know for my play style and what I enjoy, it doesn't match up with it. It's not to say somebody else wouldn't enjoy it, because everybody has their own, their own ideas of what they like. But yeah, I don't know. I'll play it when I get a chance, but when I see this compared to Elton John, I just much prefer the Elton John layout. But I prefer the Avatar theme over Elton John. So, It depends.
Who's this guy? Just another pinball stream.
Oh, Joel. Joel, do you have your flow chart? We're trying to figure things out here. All right, let's go ahead and keep rolling it. Let's see how Joel's
right.
doing here.
All right. Let's keep it watching.
He did not buy.
We offered to buy. Don't.
How's it going,
Don't
Joel?
bury him
We're
like
going to
that.
talk a lot about this tomorrow, but we were doing our tournament talk and we wanted to put the best pinball player on the planet in front of everybody, since you're our first eyes at Avatar.
Let's blow it up again, Jared.
Oh crap, he's already done with the game.
Yeah, that's
There you go.
okay.
What is that face, Joel?
See, here's the thing. This is why this game is
All right. We got 30 minutes to blow it up, Jared.
intriguing.
Never change, Joel. Never change.
Before we start the next game, I'm gonna turn on the GI again. Just show off the playfield.
What does he mean he's going to turn on the GI? What is he about to do here?
Song code tells your story.
Turn on the G. Oh, is he
Okay,
showing
this is the
off
best I
like?
can do. I can turn this off.
What's he doing?
I can turn that
I didn't
off.
see this part.
I can do that. I can do that. Okay.
Okay, he's
Dark.
Oh,
he's
he's
just turning
showing
off
the
his
light
lights.
show.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Like,
Look at that.
Turn on-
Shiny lights.
I'm gonna
what are you
go
doing,
into,
Joel? You just ruined it.
test.
Oh, he's in the menu.
And I'm gonna do
What-
UV
what-
light
oh,
test.
oh, shoot, Carl's
that
in here.
is the UV light on by default.
Unlimited,
see it in
yes.
person. But I
So
will tell you,
that was
like, I can
the
see all the
the,
inserts
the thing we
very
were
clearly.
talking about.
But
So the
what-
exploit, Carl
the-
just
just
said,
the lighting that
Manu
we
just
have in
asked
this
about
room,
it. Unlimited add-a-ball
this,
and victory laps.
definitely
So if
makes
you
Joel,
get a-
what is Joel
So,
doing right
I
now?
don't
He's
know,
showing
if
off the
you really
UV.
think this
He's
was
got a
game you
UV
should
light.
He has
put
a
black light above
flashlight.
your game.
It's a UV flashlight. Look
See all
at
that
it.
extra stuff over there? Putting a black light over top of this.
That's a
is
UV
pretty
flashlight.
sick. There's no denying that.
You can see
Oh,
the like
Joel,
little
please,
purple
please
LEDs.
tell me you had a UV. Oh my,
There we go.
sweet
Look
baby
at
Jesus.
that.
They're going landscape. Okay,
Colors.
Look at that.
Is there any DNA on that?
Okay.
man. Now
Lights
we
out,
know
lights
what he
out.
does with his
We
golf
actually don't
cart.
have any lighting in
This
the
explains a
room.
lot.
All that
It is
lighting
pretty
is
cool how
lights.
they have the inserts
Which
like
you can turn off. Go turn that off. Go turn that light switch off.
they
Sister
light to
Engelbert
the
is watching
UV.
right now.
Oh no. Okay.
But
this
I
is-
think
we are literally
I
trying
think
to
the
turn
room's gonna
everything
have to
off
be pretty dark to see
try to
all that
show-
stuff.
There we go. You
And I
you
wonder
can't
if
see
it
us.
shows better on the
There we go.
CE
There
than
we
the
go.
LE, but
This
That's
is what
you're-
Jersey
knows?
Jack should have
So if I turn the
did their whole
flashlight
promo
off,
on right here. It's just Joel holding a flashlight.
they
just
knew
showing the
Joel
game.
was gonna do this
Little bit,
stuff. I
but
mean,
Oh my
it's
god, they
hard
should have
to-
did like a cinematic
hard to capture
pan
the
of this.
So we're trying.
Let me even
See
try
Joel
this
and his
over
brother with a flashlight just over the playfield.
Okay. Joel has a sister. Yeah.
oh god.
What? Okay, so I'm curious,
She's the one everybody
Joel.
likes.
What
That
exactly are
changes
you
it.
trying to
Okay,
do
there you
right
go.
here?
That is what you're seeing. Now you're gonna see us again.
He's looking for
there we go.
semen.
We're going back. Boing, boing, boing.
What?
All right, now.
Okay,
Go
well,
ahead and turn the-
All right, we're fast forwarding this.
El Rocco,
Partying
just like Room
and-
Raiders.
Oh, I hit spider. So I have too many of them. Yeah. Do you see how First Awakening? So I don't know the last one
I totally want to go out and buy a
actually
UV flashlight now or whatever
So, because I
flashlight
hit
that
too
he
many modes,
had
if I push and
and
hold-
have it for our next podcast.
Oh, I just hit the wrong one. Let's give us the spider. There we go.
Oh, I'm going
That is
out
And now it's
tonight.
RDA again. As I hit spider.
People kept
Okay,
asking
Joel.
about the UVing, so I was trying to show that. That's fair.
Got
That's
it.
fair. I'll drink to that, Joel.
But wait, so you were legitimately prepared for that though because you had the flashlight already.
To resist RDA control.
Dang it.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So you see, there's a method here. There's
Oh,
a method. if
here
you
we
really
go
want to
again.
dive into
Oh,
a
boy.
particular mode.
Oh, he bought the light for the stream. He doesn't use in the bathroom. Okay, good. Now that we have that cleared up, thank God. And for those just
Joel,
joining,
Joel's wife is going to start using it.
Song code mode.
Nailed
I
it.
bet she's
Nailed it.
Oh my
cheating.
God. right? He said,
There, we got
God.
4.
Cat's too funny.
I'm dying.
Cat's got roast.
So what does he need to hit?
But yes, for anybody tuning in,
I love
He's-
love the comments. So what
Yes,
does
they're-
he need
they're
to hit?
cracking me up.
And he's got the flow chart out.
is he putting the flashlight on the flow
You're
chart?
gonna got
Please
in
don't.
two.
He's got that damn flow chart out again. It's like
It
it's
is all
fucking
Joel's fault,
Clark
Thomas, you're
Griswold
right.
seeing what the
Every
map
time.
is. Oh, God.
Oh, oh man.
Did it help? Did the flowchart help?
That's
Nope.
such a...
Oh,
All right, that's the last time we're resetting.
damn, Joel, never
That's so good.
change. I love you, buddy.
What are you doing?
That's awesome.
Why are you opening a pack right now?
But no, so what I was trying to say, Tom, for those that are just now joining, sorry, I'm just cracking up too much.
All right,
This is
ready?
Tom's new show.
This is
Yes.
the game we're blowing up. We got
I'm
20
just
minutes.
a guest for
we are
this
more
week.
concentrating on tournament
Thanks,
talk.
everybody that was
I'm
here.
gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute Joel
Everybody
for a
watching this
minute.
afterwards, thank you.
Sorry, Joel.
But just keep in mind, there will be other guests in the future. Totally Tom's show, not the Tom and Travis show. So, if
But it
there's
should
anybody
be
out
the
there-
Tom and Travis show.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. My ego could step aside for a few. It's just for you, Tom. But if there's anybody out there that's tournament player, plays pinball a lot, contact Tom if you're interested in being on, because this is something he's going to do on a pretty consistent basis.
A
moving forward.
lot.
Cool. A lot. Well, I like that. I like how you're just direct. It's just going to be
A lot.
a whole lot. So not me. I mean, maybe Joel enter a tournament. Enter a tournament, Joel, and you could totally play or
Yeah.
be on here. I don't know if you'll play the tournament, but
I think some tournament talk is a good thing. I mean, just we got to talk about more tournaments and get it out there because
yeah, it's true. Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to go at nauseum about it, but it's needed. And
Let's talk Papa. We already did, Maddie.
yeah,
We talked Papa.
we did.
We
We talked
at the
Papa.
very
We
at the
talked
very beginning.
Cleepin.
Oh yeah.
We talked Beast.
We talked. What was the other one? Pinball at the beach.
Pinball at the beach coming up.
Now,
Kinda-
is anybody else in the chat that's just
UK
joined?
Open?
Are you going to that? Or UK Open? UK Open would be sweet.
We should talk about UK Open because one, I've never been there, and two, I'm going. So
Have you ever been to England at all? no?
That was my layover back from Germany, so I
Hmm.
was in the airport for like
Really?
3
So
or
you
4
never
hours.
walked around or seen anything?
No. My wife's been there before, but I haven't, and I think my kids have been there before too. Kind of the same thing. They were flying back. They actually went to, I believe, they went to India, but they had like a huge layover, so they kind of just went around London and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's plenty to
And I
to do there.
I was here working on my Simpsons pinball party that I had at the time.
While they were in London.
Yeah, I got decals for it, and because the cabinet was trashed, and I redid the decals while they were gone. It was
Gotcha.
the most exhilarating time of my life because it was so quiet.
So, so do you know what the actual bank is at the UK Open?
I mean, I've looked at it briefly, but I couldn't like read it off the top of my head right now.
Really? So you haven't studied rules or anything. You're just going in.
I don't study rules anymore. I'm just like,
You're
whatever.
Tom Graff.
I'm just like, whatever. Let's just go. Unless I don't know the game, but I mean, for the most part, it looked like I knew most of the games. So I'll just be like, I'm not playing that game. Screw that.
Now, is it card format at the UK Open? I think it is.
It is.
Right?
It is.
Another card format.
Well, don't
Oh,
they
boy.
have that other tournament? It's kind of like a high stakes. It's like the there's a UK Open main
Talking about
tournament.
the People's Republic? Or
People's
something like that?
Republic, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's card also, though. I distinctly remember playing that last
Top
year, and I could have swore that was
24.
card.
Yeah, top 24.
Pinball Republic Championship. That's it.
That's it.
Thank you,
Then-
Jay. That is the name
There's
of
the
it.
classics, which is also five game card. So
Now
like,
last year that was 3. So they changed that then.
oh, okay. Like to me, like I've already had plenty of card practice this month. I had Papa, I had Cleepin. So like
Mhm.
I'm ready for card.
Yeah,
Telling
you're
you,
gonna be
I'm
fine.
ready.
What's gonna be your strategy?
Pick
Are
my
you gonna
best
watch
5
a ton
games
of
and
Joel videos and learn how to play?
yeah, I'm just gonna watch Avatar videos all day. With Joel and Jared playing.
Jared's awesome though.
Jared is awesome. All right, here's Game Banks.
Gotcha. Now, are you able to bring up the
Funhouse
website?
Remake original code.
Are you able to bring up the website on here or no?
Really asking much, aren't you?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's on
Whose
your browser.
podcast is this?
I'm just asking. That's all.
Sure, I can.
See what we got here. We're gonna let the chat. Can the chat decide what your first card is?
Oh God, I don't know if I want to do that. All right, so here's
Is that an AI picture?
an AI picture. What do you mean?
Is that what I just saw at the top? Go above.
Oh, it sure does look like that.
I think that's AI.
Yeah.
I guess they just discovered that over in England. So he's all in.
AI's everywhere, man.
It's everywhere.
Exit. Oh
All right.
my God, Preston, don't remind me of that.
X's
I had a
and O's,
really
game
good
5.
card going at Indesk, and I played X's and O's as game 5. Oh, that was dumb.
You played X's and O's as your game
I
5.
had a huge game on it, like the card
Did
before.
you have a huge beer before that decision? Like, how did you come up with that?
I don't know what I was thinking. There wasn't enough Stearns. Actually, I couldn't play that Bond there. Like that was just wild. At Indesk.
No, it was mean. It was too mean. All right, so we got to make up your card here.
Funhouse Remake, Monster Bash Remake, Baywatch, Indy 500, Indy 500, Shadow, Twilight Zone, Flash Gordon, Cheetah. I don't have a lot of experience on Cheetah. Genesis. Yeah.
Question. What's Legacy and what's like, is that technically okay, I see what's going on now.
So
Legacy is just different than Modern.
Okay. Ooh, there's a Rush Premium. There's a Jurassic Park Pro, Avatar Pro, not the JJP one. I haven't played Avatar in a while, but I know that game.
Do you remember
well.
the strategy to it?
Yeah, you just play Link and Amsuit and go back and forth.
And get your multiplier.
Yep.
Put on Link.
Yep.
And go to town. All right, so you're going to start out with what game out of all that?
How tough do these games play last year?
I mean, not very tough, which was nice.
Yeah.
They were all playable. They're all super playable. If you remember that Star Wars, I
Yeah.
think Carlos had like 15 billion on it or just something ridiculous.
I mean, if I was going to do like an all Stern card, I'd probably go Iron Maiden Premium, Rush Premium, Metallica, Avatar, and probably Stranger Things.
Really?
Or
You're gonna
maybe
end it with
Jurassic
Stranger
Park.
Things?
Maybe Jurassic Park instead. If it was Jurassic Park Premium, I'd probably be like all over it. But since Raptor might be a little harder to start, but it might not be.
If it's on a Pro, though,
You just hit
it's a lot.
You think
it's
it's a lot
easier to
easier?
go Raptor all day.
Think
On
so?
a Pro, I do Raptor all day. I don't do anything else.
If you can backhand it.
I mean, I'm a psychopath. I might even forehand it. Except for the way that they set it up at Papa. They ruined it to where they made it set to hard. So it was basically like the third level of Raptor during finals. So if it's like that, then no. But yeah.
Okay. And then I don't know. Like if I was picking the legacy games, maybe Funhouse, maybe Baywatch. Unless it has weak flippers. I can't play Baywatch with weak flippers. Indy 500 would be a good one.
Now, Indy 500, would you just loop out the entire time, or are you one of those crazy people that plays the modes?
I mean, if 3x playfields let them play a mode. But no, I would loop out and do multi-ball all day. Maybe
You haven't even thought about this,
Shadow?
haven't you?
No, I haven't.
Hmm.
I'm thinking
All right,
about
Maddie
it now.
with a question. Opinions on putting pros or premiums in tournaments?
Like vice versa.
I prefer pros. Unless
Yeah,
it's Rush. Rush, I prefer the premium. That's like my one that I much prefer, but usually I prefer pros.
it just depends on the game. For me, like if it's Mando Pro, like it has to be a Pro Mando. I hate that mini playfield thing.
Hey, what about Avengers?
Either or. I'd prefer a Pro, honestly, even though I have the LE.
Okay,
'Cause
there we go. So
Captain Marvel
we're
ramp
getting
can
places.
be hard to hit.
What about All right, Jurassic Park.
I prefer premium.
Really? What about
Depends
if they
on
left
how
the
it plays,
T-Rex
though.
head on?
If what?
If the T-Rex head was left on,
Oh.
it still had to chomp the ball.
Yeah, then I would.
Would you like it then?
No. That'd be dumb though. Who'd do that?
I mean, somebody's crazy enough to do it.
I mean, maybe at a local bar tournament. But
See,
they're not
Iron
gonna-
Maiden. Oh, that's a good question. I prefer for a tournament. I would prefer the pro, even for Iron Maiden,
I would too.
unless the flippers are soggy. If they're super soggy, then that's kind of a bummer. But
I kind of liked at Papa how they turned off the like they made it play like a pro. Like
Yeah.
they turned the mummy multi-ball head. It was like
yeah,
virtual lock.
that's kind of I don't know. It's just like for me with Iron Maiden, if I'm playing a premium on location, it's okay because I'm just like, oh, I can like biff a shot and still start my mode or whatever. But
What
know.
about Stranger Things?
I'd
So it
probably still
depends.
say a pro. I don't really like the swipe a ball thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it does add a nuance to it, but
So at Eclipse and Ryan, they turned off the premium lock, so it played like a pro, but you still had the swipeable feature, which was nice.
okay. Well, maybe that's a good
Yeah.
compromise.
Yeah. So like if you can do that, so if you can turn off certain features, well, what about Jaws? Like I think I like the premium better than the pro.
Yeah, okay. You got me there. I
Yeah.
prefer the premium in
Yeah.
tournaments just because I think that Orca wheel it adds on a
Oh,
different
yeah,
nuance
you
to it
get-
to where
and
you
you
can
get
choose
so
the
many
ramps, the
modes.
spinner, all that.
Oh.
Godzilla Pro or premium in tournaments. I know. I hate the premium in tournaments. I hate it. PTSD from TPF.
I'm liking this classics bank.
You gonna play classics?
I might.
What do you got here? What's gonna be your card?
Matahari.
Okay.
Depends on how Centaur's set up.
How could it be set up for you not to want to play it?
No multi-ball. Kind of like it was at IFPA. 19, 20, 21. What the hell is it?
I don't know. Was it like that there? I remember it
Yeah.
was like that at the Beast.
Yeah,
2
the
years
last
ago.
IFPA they turned off. There was no multi-ball as a single play on Centaur.
Cool. So it's just like hit the captive ball in right orbit the whole time. and
Pretty
just
much.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Fun times. Excellent.
Big game could be good. Alien Poker, yeah, I like that. Quicksilver, I like. Robot and Spooky, that's interesting.
What is Robot?
So
I've never even heard of that
that's
game.
a Zachariah game. It's or is it? I think it's pronounced Zachariah. It's the Italian made game. It's
You said it's a Robot? That's the name
yeah.
of it?
Yeah,
I gotta
like
see
there's
this.
actual 5 robots that pop out of the playfield. They're like think of like the drop targets on Cactus Canyon, but much bigger. They're like
Gotcha.
they're round. It's actually a really cool game.
Oh, that's wild. I've never seen this game.
Really,
Yeah,
I almost bought one.
this is rare. I've actually
Yep.
never heard of this game or seen this game.
Ooh, skateball too.
That looks cool. Okay.
Like I
So
could
what's on the-
see skateball.
Does this have a ramp on it? Like Robot? Is that what I'm seeing? Because it looks like some type of return on the middle of the playfield.
I can't see what you're seeing.
Or what is that? Well, just on the play. Yeah, I know. Just on the.
No, there's
on
a
the
yeah,
playfield.
there's a ramp. I think you have to. I can't remember, but you might have to hit the ramp to lift the robots. Actually, Dave Oshevsky, who owns Lumberjack Johnny's, has one. So I played it a couple months ago, but I can't remember how to play it.
So you're gonna put that on your card or no?
Robot, possibly.
Yep.
I mean, I'd actually look over the rules for that, but
What about? Let's
play it.
see. What about Future Spa?
Harlem Globetrotters, Travis.
I would do that one in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Well, Future Spa. I don't know. I have a love-hate with that game.
If
I
it's
love
a
I
card,
love the backlash because it's just kidding.
it is pretty sweet. What? Okay, so how much are cards here? Let's figure that part out. Do you
Okay.
know?
$6. No, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Because I almost feel like your strategy could legitimately be play stars as your very first game. If you're willing to void your card, like just go for the home run right off the bat, then you might have to do that twice, and then play your anchor games afterwards for 3, 4, 5.
Hold on one second. I'm trying to look for the costs. Cards for each tournament can be bought for £6 each or 10 for £56.
So what is that in American dollars?
Do I look like a banker?
I don't know. Okay, chat. What is that in American dollars? I forgot. England doesn't use the American dollar.
10 USD roughly.
Oh, that's simple. Tom, you're
Dude,
like
this
you're
is the
200
cheapest
all in.
card I've ever seen.
Yeah, you're 200 all in right there. I forgot. That's what UK Open was awesome about, was the card prices. I forgot all about that. Okay, yeah. So there you go. Like you're just gonna play stars for your first game every single time
Okay.
till you put up a score, and then we're gonna move along. 'Cause you're going
Boyd.
for a bye here.
Boyd.
We're not just going for
Boyd.
barely qualifying. Yeah, it's fine. You're good.
I mean, actually, when I made Indisc, Stars was on my that was on my qualifying card,
Really?
and then I was top 4, baby, with you,
Oh yeah. I remember that.
me, you,
That
Byers, and DJ.
Stars broke my heart the very next day. I picked it in a tiebreaker, and it just annihilated me. And I think Richie Terry just destroyed it, and he went on the top 4.
Dang.
See, Hottie says he wants to avoid at least 10 cards. That's his goal.
To avoid.
Just play stars. First game, Hottie. You'll do it. Imagine winning a tiebreaker. I know, Preston. I know.
Oh,
I
boy.
know. Them's the breaks. I feel like Preston's going to break through, though, very soon. He's like right on the verge. It's going to
Yeah,
happen.
for sure. Yeah, Preston, you're a phenomenal player. He just ran into a buzzsaw of Sterling. And I didn't help you out, sorry.
You didn't help Preston.
Well,
Oh, did you guys play in another group?
yeah,
'Cause I
we were
remember
in a
him
group
playing
together.
Nate
It was
in a tiebreaker.
me, him, Sterling, and Al Tomka. I want to say his last name. But yeah, Preston and I did not move on. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, got you. You guys wingmanned each other to the sidelines.
Pretty much.
Okay. It happens. Let's see here. Frisco. I'm going to break something, that's for sure. Frisco. Okay, Hottie. Here's the great thing about the UK Open. And this is, to be honest with you, this is at least 65% of the reason why I'm salty about not being able to go this year. At the host hotel where the event's at, right outside the doors where the tournament's being played, there is a bar right there. And they are very heavy-handed with their pours. And it's just, they have all kinds of whiskeys, all kinds of beer there. And the food is actually decent. It was a good time, Tom.
I so wanted to do something like this at District 82 too.
What's that? Have a bar with heavy pours?
Well, of course, but I wanted to do like all these cards or like a pump and dump.
Imagine D82 with a pump and dump.
Oh my God.
I think that might have drawn a couple of players.
It would be the perfect location, I think, but it's just
Would
me.
have been.
It's just
Yep.
me.
Yep. I mean, still could be. What can you do? Let's see. Ryan Egg Pinball. Did y'all talk about the tiebreaker rule change yet? We have not.
No, and
Actually.
I had thought about that. So basically, it was all tiebreakers need to be played as a one game instead of like a one ball.
Yep.
For
Which is a good change, I
significant
think.
ties, like a bye or a like you're gonna get eliminated from the tournament. I think that's a good thing.
Yep. 100%.
Now, does that mean a lot of tournaments might use stars as their tiebreaker game? Could be.
You own a Stars, that price is about to skyrocket for tournament pinball. But no, I agree.
It's right there.
I'm really happy that they did the change. A one ball tiebreaker, that just drives me insane. When I saw Pinberg do that, I was just like, man, I don't know. Like for me, I wouldn't have enjoyed that. And I never liked it when they did that at District 82 also, I think, right? Thorne did that a lot with the one ball tiebreakers. And I've never been a big fan of that.
Yeah,
It's just,
I mean, I think it's
it just feels
okay for
one
like
more
a
game.
bye or something, but if your tournament life's on the line, it's never fun to just play a one ball thing. And we all know this is because Josh didn't make it into Pinberg.
Oh yeah, of course.
So
I mean, the post says it's not, but we know. We know. It's fine.
and by the way, UK Open is going to be streamed by Backhand Pinball. So definitely, if you're not following them, or give them a follow for sure. But Backhand Pinball's done a lot of good things, and they streamed UK Open last year. So definitely check it out.
And is that coming up? What are the dates? So EPC's this weekend, which I assume Jim will probably be streaming that.
That would
right?
be JDL Pinball. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So again, definitely check that out. I'll have to watch that this weekend too.
And then, so let's see here. So it goes EPC, then UK Open.
Yep.
And then what's the next event after that? Will it be Expo?
I
Is
mean,
it the one, or are we missing
that's-
something in between
That's
there?
the only thing
Or no,
I
well,
can think of, but
Stern Pro Circuit finals.
no District 82 Saturday Night Classic stream. No, because Eric decided to bring in more arcade games and stuff, and he kind of cleared that room out in the back. I guess I haven't really talked about this publicly, so there's no bad blood between Eric Thorne and I. I mean, I love Eric Thorne. I love District 82. But Eric had kind of come to me maybe a month or two ago and kind of said, "Hey, I might be changing things up here." I said, "Okay, does that mean I won't be streaming?" And he goes, "I'll let you know." So after Summer Pinball Classic, he kind of came up to me and said, "Hey, I'm going to get a bunch of arcade games in here. I'm one of the, if you've ever been there, you'll know what I'm talking about, but one of the AC rooms, he pretty much cleared that out. He's using that as kind of like a party room for where he has private events. And I moved my streaming stuff out. So, there's really no room for me to stream now. So at this point, I'm not streaming there. So this Saturday there is a tournament at District 82, summer pinball, or Saturday night pinball classics. But no, unfortunately I won't be streaming. I'd love to, but it's just not in the cards right now. So until Eric says either this isn't working or I don't know. I mean, I don't know. So I don't plan on streaming at District 82 in the immediate future anyways. So, but I have add on some events outside of Wisconsin. So, and I'll talk about that more in the future. But yeah, we're going to be streaming pinball tournaments still. So don't worry.
Pinball tournaments, and then your new podcast, of course,
My new
right?
podcast, that's right.
There you go. It's a Tom Graff experience all day. So yeah, so I guess then, I mean, of course, you're going to talk about the events you're coming up for soon, but I guess the one event that we do know about for sure,
Right.
you're doing Expo, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Right, because you've done that for the past 2 years, I think, or 3 years.
This will be my fourth year.
Fourth year. So there you go.
Yep.
Okay. So you're a mainstay.
Yep.
So there you go. So yeah, yeah, definitely this podcast right here. And again, I've said it a few times and just reiterating it just because I know chat is coming in and out, and we definitely do appreciate everybody that's there. But this podcast is Tom Graff's podcast, and
Travis keeps saying that, but he'll be here.
I'll be on here when I can. But yeah, we would like to welcome definitely other tournament players, people that want to talk about it, and we'll continually go over different stuff. And yes, of course, there is, Hottie has a podcast also,
of course,
that he just started recently. That's pretty sweet, where they go over all the games and stuff like that. So I think this is a good thing that there's other tournament podcasts.
I'm not getting that
there.
in depth, Hottie. Sorry.
And then, well, at the same time too, I like the idea of just getting to talk through certain things, things that us tournament players that we talk about off stream a lot, that we might talk about together in group chats or, maybe even in person. I think pinball is a lot more than just analyzing, a game release or something like that. It's just like, if we're going to talk about, how anything, how a game plays, we're going to talk about it. How does it play in relation to how can we score the points? How can we do well in this game? So
I would love to get tournament organizers on here and just let's talk about your upcoming tournament. Let's get some hype going for that. Let's get the streamer on. I mean, streamers don't get a lot of due that they should either, because they're bringing you the event. So, give it up for those streamers that are bringing you content and showing you, fantastic players like Jason Zoller and Escher Lefkoff and everybody else. I mean, it's we kind of take it for granted, and I don't want to see it go away. That's for sure.
Yeah, and that's important. And I think it's one of those things too, like Maddie points it out right there. Like, it does feel like all the podcasts talk about different stuff like that. And I know we do. I mean, that's literally my job. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, there's so much more to pinball that we also talk about, that I feel like it's important to be able to talk about it publicly too, just because I think it helps everybody. It's good to trade ideas, to see, what is a proper strategy on something? What tournaments are coming up? What events do we feel like are going to be worth going to? And I think, just like you said earlier, Tom, having organizers come on here, and I think it would be cool too, just to like anybody that actually works in the industry, if they come on here, they're coming on here because we're talking about the tournaments. We're talking about how they view, tournament play and quality play and high level play more than like, oh, here's how production went for this, or here's how this did for that. I mean,
Right.
the fact is, you and me both, we've been on Triple Drain long enough, and the fact is the fact. All the podcasts talk about the same exact thing. We all do. And so it's like, yeah, let's chat about something a little bit different.
And Joel won't let us talk about tournaments.
It's one of those things that, yeah, definitely Triple Drain is still going on. We're still going to chill out over there too. But I think it's good to kind of, branch out a little bit as well, be able to talk about different stuff.
Yeah,
and
we'll
connect
even
with everybody in the community.
talk about new games and strategies on those. I mean, I think that's needed too.
Yes, I think that's the biggest thing, and that's why, like, I try to do our YouTube the way that we do it, just to give information. I think that's what I love about this channel, and I'm going to sound like I'm like patting ourselves on the back, especially you. So I'm about to kiss your ass here, Tom. But that's what I love about this type of channel, and any channel that streams competitive pinball, is the fact that you are able to, as a viewer, you're able to see how a game should be played at a high level.
Yeah.
And even if you don't travel to pro circuit tournaments, or even if you're not the type of player that's going to make, semifinals at a major, whatever, which is totally cool. I mean, everybody has their different way of playing, different way of enjoying, but I think it's cool that you get a glimpse into it, and you can take the ideas that you hear and you can start applying it to your own game and try to improve what you're doing at your local league or your local strikes tournament or something like that. And who knows, your skill level may just start going up and away, and you may want to start traveling a little bit. You may want to get involved in this because the community is fantastic. That's the biggest thing. People are great.
And that's how I got started too. Just watching, Papa, Indisc, and not the big Indus. I mean, Indus was big, but not when it was a major, and I mean, like you're saying, competitive pinball is awesome. And
it's better than foosball, for sure.
I've met so many people in competitive pinball that are just awesome people. And it's just fun to share knowledge and information of pinball with them. And it's just a great community.
Sounds good. Well, Tom, I think you killed it for your first podcast.
We're going to call it a night. I'm going to bed. No. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. I think this was fun. I thank you, Travis, for coming in with me and helping me out.
And definitely, before we go off the air, guys, if you want to be on Tom's show, please contact him, let him know. It'll make his life a lot easier, because I know you're going to do this consistently, right? This is going to be like a thing that you're going to try to do.
Obviously not next week, because I will be in the UK, but
after the UK.
Yes, this is not going away.
Cool. Well, I'm excited for you. Thank you so much for having me be here, and I'm just happy to actually do something like Twitch related. This is the first time I've actually streamed on Twitch in like years. So there you go.
For now, it's a Twitch only thing. For now, but I'm gonna upload it. I'm gonna upload this episode to YouTube as well. So,
what about your OnlyFans?
Well, no, I gotta keep that just with
Okay.
my nude photos. I'm sorry.
Okay, keep it separate. Got you, Tom. It's fine. It's fine. That joke never gets old. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go into the ground.
It doesn't.
Remind you of the Marv Loco days, J Rocket.
So not on TPN.
Those were the
No,
days.
I wanted to keep it on my channel. I mean, we're still doing Triple Drain. We're not ending Triple Drain. We love Joel. except he ditched us for Jersey Jack. But that's another story. We'll get into that on Triple Drain. But
We'll talk about that tomorrow, which that episode will be out this weekend.
but no, I mean, I'm still doing Triple Drain on TPN, so don't worry about that. This is just, TPN isn't big on tournament stuff, and I'm keeping that on my channel, so. But no, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Travis and I are already, we said we were going to keep this an hour, and we're almost at 2. So,
And
but
you have complete, you're the overlord of this. You have all the power.
Of course. But yeah, I just
Tom,
want
you got to have the last word, though. Go ahead, Tom.
Okay. I just want to say thanks for tuning in, and don't worry, we're going to be around. So have a good one. Night.